Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to Retirement Briefing. I'm really glad you're here with me tonight because what I'm about to share is one of those updates you don't hear coming. It's the kind of news that lands quietly, late at night, while most of the country is asleep, and yet it has the potential to change the financial picture for millions of older Americans almost overnight. Now listen closely, because this is important for anyone living on Social Security, SSDI, or a fixed retirement income. Just after 2:00 a.m., while Washington was dark and silent, confirmation came out of the White House that a long-rumored plan tied to tariff revenues has officially moved forward. According to senior officials familiar with the internal process, President Trump has approved the framework for $2,000 tariff rebate checks. And here's the part that stunned even long-time observers. Seniors, especially low-income and fixed-income seniors, have been quietly moved into a brand-new priority category. Let me slow that down for a moment. This wasn't teased at a rally. It wasn't floated in a press conference. It didn't show up in earlier drafts that analysts were discussing just weeks ago. This update surfaced suddenly, almost silently, and it reshapes who gets reviewed first, who gets approved faster, and who may see relief sooner than expected. For the first time since this idea began circulating, seniors are no longer at the back of the line. They've been moved forward. Now, why did this happen in the middle of the night? Why now? According to people who've seen the internal reports, the shift was triggered by a series of new economic findings that landed on the president's desk over the past 2 weeks. These reports painted a stark picture of how inflation has been hitting older Americans harder than almost any other group. We're talking about seniors living on less than $1,300 a month, trying to stretch those dollars across rising rent, groceries that cost more every single week, utility bills that don't seem to come down, and prescription costs that just keep climbing. When those numbers were reviewed, the tone inside the administration reportedly changed fast. What was once a general rebate discussion became an urgent conversation about vulnerability. One advisor summed it up this way: if tariff revenue is going back to the American people, those with the least ability to absorb higher prices shouldn't be last. That single idea triggered an accelerated review inside the Treasury Department, and everything moved quickly from there. Behind closed doors, Treasury analysts rebuilt the eligibility structure almost from scratch. Instead of focusing only on income brackets or employment status, they developed a scoring system that looked at real-world financial pressure. Income level, dependence on federal benefits, erosion of purchasing power, and the stability of monthly income all became key factors. And this is where seniors surged to the top. Think about it. If you're working, your paycheck might change. You might get overtime. You might switch jobs. But if you're retired and living on Social Security, your income is fixed. Prices go up immediately, but your benefit doesn't adjust in real time. That makes inflation hit faster and harder. The data showed that clearly, and the scoring model reflected it. Seniors, especially those on SSDI survivors' benefits or modest Social Security checks, ranked among the most financially vulnerable households in the entire system. Another thing worked in seniors' favor, and this matters a lot: verification. Because your benefit history, income records, and identity information already exist inside Social Security and IRS systems, seniors fall into what officials call fast verify households. That means fewer steps, fewer delays, and fewer chances for paperwork to slow things down. In practical terms, it made sense to move seniors into the early approval lane because the system can confirm eligibility quickly and accurately. Once that scoring framework was finalized, Treasury reorganized the entire payment structure into tiers. And this is where the shift becomes very real. Seniors receiving below the national average Social Security benefit, generally under about $1,300 a month, were elevated into the highest priority tier. That means they're reviewed earlier than many working households who were originally expected to go first. Seniors with annual income under roughly $30,000 are now grouped into that top review wave. There was also a late addition that almost nobody saw coming. Fixed-income seniors receiving less than about $2,100 per month were quietly added to the same high-priority category. This group wasn't mentioned in early outlines, and it wasn't discussed publicly, but fresh data showed they're among the most financially exposed Americans, especially those living alone. When the numbers showed how often these seniors are forced to choose between medication, rent, and groceries, the decision was made quickly. They were moved forward without hesitation. Now, let's talk about what this means for your daily life, because this is where it becomes real. Imagine you're a retiree living on Social Security. Your check comes in, and before the month is halfway over, most of it is already spoken for. Rent or property taxes, electricity, water, groceries, and prescriptions. Inflation doesn't feel like a headline to you. It feels like standing in the checkout line and wondering what you're going to put back. For many seniors in this position, the possibility of a $2,000 rebate isn't about extras or luxuries. It's about breathing room. It's about catching up on a utility bill, fixing a car you rely on to get to doctor appointments, or simply refilling medications without anxiety. That's why this priority shift matters so much. Another question I know many of you are asking is this: do I need to apply? The answer, for most seniors, is no. According to the updated Treasury guidance, the majority of seniors will be processed automatically. The government already has your records. Your income history, your benefit status, and your payment information are on file. Even seniors who didn't file recent tax returns because they live solely on benefits are included in this automatic process. That's a major change from older relief programs that left many people waiting. There are a few things to watch for, though. As the system moves forward, you may see alerts in your official IRS or Social Security online portal. These could ask you to confirm your address, verify your identity, or double-check direct deposit information. Responding promptly is important. Ignoring those alerts could push your file into manual review, and that slows things down. And please remember, the government will not call, text, or email you asking for personal information. Scammers are already circling, and all legitimate communication stays inside official portals. A lot of viewers also worry about whether a rebate like this could affect monthly benefits. According to the guidance shared internally, this payment is not considered income. It does not reduce Social Security, SSI, or SSDI benefits, and it does not affect eligibility. It's treated as a separate rebate tied to tariff revenue, similar in structure to prior relief payments. Now, timing. I know that's the big question. While exact dates haven't been released publicly, the structure tells us a lot. Tier 1 files move first. Seniors are in Tier 1. Verification is faster because records already exist. That means seniors could see status updates before many working households even enter the review queue. Payments won't all land on the same day, but the pathway is clearly open. One final point that matters deeply. This program does not require Congress to pass new legislation. The authority already exists under current tariff laws. That means political gridlock cannot stop it outright. There may be administrative steps, and yes, those can affect timing, but the legal path is already open. For seniors, that provides something rare in Washington: stability. So let me bring this home for you. A quiet overnight decision has shifted the entire structure of a major rebate program. Seniors, especially those living on fixed and modest incomes, are no longer an afterthought. They're at the center. The system is built to move your file faster, verify you automatically, and prioritize real financial vulnerability over noise and politics. My advice is simple. Stay alert, keep your information updated in official portals, ignore scams, and don't panic if things don't happen all at once. This process is moving, and for once, it's moving with seniors at the front. If this update helped you understand what's happening and what it could mean for your household, please take a moment to like this video. It really helps the channel reach other seniors who need clear, calm information. Subscribe if you haven't already, and stay right here with Retirement Briefing, because I'll continue to monitor every development and bring you the facts as soon as they emerge. Take a deep breath tonight. You're not being left behind, and I'll be right here with you as this story continues to unfold.